Hi guys, today we're headed down to Foley to Huck's Automotive. It's dyno day for Pyrate. We're going to get some baseline numbers and see what kind of horsepower he's got stock before we start doing any tuning or serious horsepower modifications to it. So let's go see what he's got in him, huh?
Huck's Automotive is located on County Road 65 just south of Highway 98 in Foley, Alabama, and offers not only the only performance testing shop in Baldwin County, but also general automotive repair, tune-ups, exhaust, and AC service on both foreign and domestic vehicles. They utilize and are a certified DynoJet performance testing equipment shop, the only auto performance diagnostic equipment approved by the National Hot Rod Association. Owner-operator Jeremy Childry is a graduate of the NASCAR Technical Institute in North Carolina and finished only second in his class. Being a family business, he and Nikki and their staff know the value of good work and see the importance of quality over quantity. Well, let's get down to business. Having strapped everything down real good, Jeremy makes the first of 3 dyno runs. Being a manual transmission vehicle, Jeremy has to run the car through the gears briefly to get the drum on the test equipment up to a higher RPM before hitting the accelerator for a key part of the test. On this initial run, Pyrate turns out about 349.5 horsepower at just over 5,900 RPM. Not bad. Just about normal for a stock 2011 Camaro, and after a cooling down break, Jeremy makes Pyrate's second run. Before putting any vehicle on the DynoJet equipment, it must go through a rigorous inspection by Jeremy and his staff, ensuring it's in peak condition and that there are no issues or anything that could break or otherwise fail, causing damage to the vehicle, testing equipment, or cause personal injury. After all, the vehicles put on these machines are put under heavy strain at high RPMs. The second run was less productive, only just under 344 horsepower at the same RPM at the first run. Being my first dyno test, Jeremy goes over the numbers with me, explaining what we're seeing on the graph between runs. Anyway, we'll give Pyrate a good cool down and try that again. Now for the third and final run, Jeremy popped the airbox to prevent any air restriction from the filter. These test results are represented as horsepower at the wheels as opposed to what the manufacturer generally report coming off of the engine crank. For the 2011 Camaro SS, like Pyrate, with a 6.2-liter V8 LS3 engine, GM advertises about 426 horsepower at 5,900 RPM, with testing being conducted in their shop, probably in a controlled environment with ideal conditions. Pyrate's final run, he produced just under 357 horsepower at 5,970 RPM at the wheels, which translates to about 410 horsepower at the crank, only 16 horsepower less than the GM specs. So let's talk with Jeremy now about the results.
But anyway, as pretty much kind of what you expected for this vehicle.
Yes, sir. Bone stock, 2010, 2011 Camaro. It is a true LS3 car because it's a stick shift, so it's not an L99. Your L99 would have made about 25 less to the wheel than you just made. So yeah, it did exactly what I expected to do. Somewhere between 350 and 370, and with a tune and a cold air intake and some other stuff, you can get them pretty close to 400.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to be looking for, and we've looked at some cold air intakes, and I think what we're going to go with we'll be covering in an upcoming episode.
Yes, sir.
But these cars got a lot of power coming out, and the big thing about it is whenever they come from the factory has pulled back on that some in the programming. So those of you out there that are looking for the performance, you're going to see a lot of your, without doing a lot of major modifications, you're going to be doing tuning to tap into the power that's in the car. That's the easiest thing to do.
That's right. You have to remember, GM pays these engineers millions and millions of dollars a year to tune these cars. It's not like they spend one guy one day and he rewrites a tune for this car. They spend years developing these tunes, So, for people to say, hey, I'm going to go in, I'm going to take a factory tune, and I'm going to make you 60 more horses to the tire, it's not going to happen. Now what you may pick up is somewhere between 10 or 15. On a good car, you may pick up 20. But like you just said, what you're going to do is you're going to untorque manage it. And you're going to let you have the power that GM put there and let you have it instantly instead of managing it for you. And like we discussed earlier, when they build these cars, everyone has to be able to drive them. So if grandma wants to get in the car and drive and she don't want to feel it shift, she don't want to feel it spin a tire, she don't want none of that. If Pawpaw gets in it, Pawpaw wants it to drive like a Camaro. So they have to have best of both worlds. A lot of times what people don't realize is these cars also do adaptive strategy. So if your wife drives easy all the time and she drives the car more than you do, when you get in and drive it, the car won't make as much power as if you drove it all the time, because it has an adaptive strategy. So the harder you drive the car, the more power the car will produce for you. To a certain extent, because of what it can do. Yes, sir.
The last row was 410 on the back.
How much?
410 on the back.
410.
That'd be the crankshaft number, which is that's only what 16 off what GM said it would do in a perfect condition. So that's not bad.
Yep. Considering where we're at.
Yep. This morning we had 54 degrees and 61% humidity.
So not bad
No,
for
sir.
stock. Anyway, that's it for Huck's Automotive, and Jeremy, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. We look forward to helping you make it go fast.
And we will see y'all again on the next episode.
Thank you. That was awesome.